Chris, usually we don't speak to the not-out batsmen, especially before they go on and score the fingers crossed winning runs tomorrow. Bit of night watch duties for you. You look keen as mustard to get out there.
Wouldn't say keen as mustard, but it's just part of the job, isn't it? I did mention it to Procky when we were bowling. He asked the quicks to get the job done and take the last few wickets. And I said, that's all well and good, mate, but as soon as it gets hard and dark tonight, you're going to send me out to bat for you as well. So there was a little bit of a crossover and an argument there, but do what the skipper says, acquiesced eventually.
Well, you started your day's work with another excellent bowling performance, another 3 wickets. Of course, the first of which I think was your 300th first-class wicket. Congratulations on that. That coming up in just 81 matches. So things moving at pace. You must be delighted.
Very excited. The first seems like a lifetime ago, and 300's a relatively big number, isn't it? And considering that I never really thought I'd get an opportunity to take one, 300 wickets down the roads, pretty humbling, I guess, and quite excited about it. Really proud that I got the opportunity to take that many wickets, and 2, have been able to do it. So, it's been like I said, 81 games. It feels like a whole lot more, but it's it's exciting, and you never know when your last one is going to be. So I enjoyed all 300 of them, and hopefully enjoy a handful more.
13 of those 302 or 1 now here at Northamptonshire. How are you enjoying your start to life, your short stay here with the guys at Swantage Road?
Yeah, loving it. Yeah, it's integrated into the group really, really easily, really quickly. The guys have been very welcoming, and it helps that performing well enough that you don't need to, like, I guess that monkey's off your back. You don't really feel like you need to prove anything now. So having taken 5 in the first innings at Canterbury, and a handful after that, and then chip in here or there this game, it's been nice to be able to focus on building professional relationships without having the stress of, I guess, underperforming. So that's been nice, and that's been pretty, I guess, settling. But also actually coming over here, I had a handful of things that I really wanted to work on at the back end of our season, and I've been able to do that. So, and it's obviously paying dividends now. So this 3-game stint, although it's been really good fun, and I've enjoyed a lot. I've enjoyed being around these guys a lot. It's actually developing my game at the ripe old age of 31 years. So that's exciting as well.
I know you'll want to be humble in your answers to this, but is there a small part of you that thinks that if you keep taking wickets like you are here in England early season, that should an injury happen or someone lose some form, that, dare we say, the A word comes into mind?
Not particularly. I had this conversation a handful of months, maybe a year ago, with George Bailey, and then most recently with Tony Dottermaid, the 2 of the selectors. And I guess gone are the days where I'll wake up in the morning and go to work with the hope that if I do well, I'll get to play for Australia. It's no longer my motivator. It would be awesome to do, and if the opportunity ever arose, you'd jump at it with both hands. But it's not what's motivating or pushing me to take wickets and win games. I'm just at that stage of my career now where really the only thing I have to worry about is the next ball I bowl and the next game I play, and that's all that matters. And I've got a really good relationship with Andrew McDonald, and I know George, played against George, and Tony Dottermaid, good relationship with him too. So if there was ever an inkling that might be an option, I'm sure they would have spoken to me about it already, but there's been no comms, which is totally understandable.
Let's just look at this game then. I guess probably a little bit of disappointment in the camp when we didn't quite extend the lead as far as we could have done this morning. Obviously, Middlesex bowled really well, but to then come out and dismiss them cheaply again, led of course by your 3 wickets, to set up a small chase. The guys must be really pleased at the end of day 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, it's really on the end of day two, isn't it? We no play on day two, so it's been cricket in fast forward, which has been great. It's always a great way to play cricket. Batsmen not so happy with it because generally them getting out cheaply, but moving the game forward's been great fun. Middlesex, I don't think I faced a ball today that didn't move off, like that went straight basically. I was facing Helmy there, who was bowling leg spinners at 85 mile an hour, and I was never going to touch him with three bats in my hand, let alone one. So that was really challenging. And what I found about England is you look up and not down. The overhead conditions were perfect this morning and made things really challenging. And then sun came out, baked the wicket, ball lost its air, and things became really difficult. And they grinded out a quite a competitive batting innings without actually extending too far in front of us. So it was a graft, it was a grind for them, and it certainly wasn't easy getting those 10 wickets. And we found that when they were 7 down, the last 3 wickets you hope are going to be easy, but we just knew they weren't going to be, and I guess none of the 10 were.
I guess that it's just testament to how well Rob Keogh batted when others were finding it so difficult. He made it look comparatively straightforward for his second, decent score of the year.
Yeah, and he, he seems to have got his game sorted pretty well. Play straight, play and miss a lot of balls, just don't nick them. Stays tight in his defence, hits everything under his eyes, cuts and pulls well. Really simple, but really committed to a plan. So he was been quite impressive. I'd never come across him prior to being here and not seen any footage of him or games that he's played. So the handful of innings that I've seen him play thus far have been outstanding, and hopefully he can keep doing that for a long time.
Very finally, 89 to win tomorrow, 9 wickets in hand. What will be your personal approach as a surviving night watchman and that of the team generally?
I'm just bad. Just play it as it lies. It's going to be tricky. It's not like they're going to roll over. No first class team ever rolls over, regardless of their situation. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard 89 runs. Whether I'm there at the end or whether I'm there for a handful of it, we'll soon find out. But play the ball in front of me. If I get it away, happy days. If I kick it or nick it, well, that's what number 10s do.
Thanks for your time, Chris. Congratulations on that landmark, and well bowled.
Perfect. Thanks very much, guys.